saved you some calories, we're going to help you save some money. Please welcome our money expert, Bruce Sellery. Hello, my darling.
Great to see you.
I like this topic, but when you say easy ways to save money, what do you mean exactly by easy?
It depends, because my easy is not your easy.
Right.
I do this for a living. My easy, it's kind of like Chef Randy's easy is lobster poutine.
Right.
My easy is toast. Like, I'll just make some toast. That'll be easy for me.
Yes.
The other thing about this topic is we need to, be aware of people's circumstances. So if you're already living paycheck to paycheck, some of you be like rolling your eyes at my tips because you're like, I can barely keep a roof over my head. So I will give you lots of ideas, and you can choose the ones that are easy for you.
But you're always very good about considering that, and that I think our viewers really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about automated savings.
I am a
huge fan of that.
Huge fan. Tip number one is pay yourself first.
Right.
Because what most of us do is we struggle through the month, we do whatever we can, and at the end we hope that when we open our wallet, it's like, oh, look, there's $5, I can save this. This flips it on its head. So you start by saving.
Yeah.
And you do that by setting up an automatic transfer the day your paycheck arrives, if you're a paycheck person, or at least the day when you think the most money is going to be in your account for people who are working not in a job.
Yeah.
You automate it, and you can do it to one goal. So you could say it's going to go into my retirement savings, or you can automate a bunch of goals, and they don't need to be big amounts. It could be $25 for kids' education, $20 for retirement, something like that. So just automate it, because there's nothing left over for most of us. If your income is volatile, some people's income goes like that every month, choose a percentage. So I'm going to save 5% and set up something so that you know that it's just 5% of whatever amount that is each month.
Okay. Now, you talk about something called micro-investing.
Yeah.
So what is that?
It's really new, and it's really cool. Basically, it's the idea that you can round up every single purchase you make, so you really don't miss the money. So you go and you buy, like, your treat of the day is a latte. It's $4.75. If you have this Roundup Investing app, it will take that $4.75 to $5 and save the 25 cents. So there's a company called Acorns, Milo, Slash. There's a bunch of these apps out there. You set up, it on your phone and with your bank, and it will gradually save you money. So, people often use the cliche, you're never going to notice the money, which I always think you do. In this case, I don't think you do, because it really is a small amount of money, and it can build up over time.
It'd be the same as when we were kids, putting that extra change in your piggy bank.
Yes.
So now somebody's doing it automatically for you, and you're putting it somewhere where it's going to work.
Yes.
Now, credit cards are a major problem for a lot of our viewers. So you recommend actually physically taking the card out of your wallet.
Out of your wallet.
Just don't have it in there.
Tip number 3, hide your credit cards.
Hide it.
Hide them.
From yourself.
From yourself. And you might have to get your spouse on board. Like, this is my credit card. Hide it. And don't use that spot where I know things are. Choose a new spot.
That's right.
Don't put it where you put my Christmas present, because I will find it. Oh, and don't memorize the number. I was telling this trick to someone. And they're like, I've got it memorized.
Yeah, I know.
I even know the code on the back.
Right?
Like the expiry, I know the whole thing.
They're on top of it.
So forget it. But because it will require you to plan. So you go grocery shopping, and you have to think about what's on my list, so you have the cash. It will help you set some parameters, because when there's no more cash, there's no more money to spend.
Right.
And it will introduce a level of pain. Because what we know empirically, like the science says, when we pay cash, it's like, ow, 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 ow. Credit card is like, woo, someone else's money, and we spend, woo, it's fine, whatever. But we spend 20% more when we're using plastic, because it feels like someone else's money.
It totally does.
Yeah.
Okay, so now how do you choose where to focus? Because some people might be saying, there's so many things that I owe money for, or so many things I want to save for. What do I focus on?
Tip number 4, choose 1 or 2 places to save money.
Okay.
Because we can be all like evangelical about be better, and like, we're not going to do that. No one's going to do that.
It's not going to happen.
So choose 1 or 2 areas that will make a difference for you. And you can look at discretionary items or fixed items. So there might be people who look at how much they spend, and they're like, really my big deal is eating out, or really my big deal is clothes, or whatever it is. So choose one area and develop a plan for that specific area. For some people, it's not that stuff. It's fixed expenses, like their mortgage or their car payment, and you need to do something more dramatic. Commuting can cost a lot of money to people. For some people, if that's you, drive around and find the cheapest gas. Try and work from home one day a week. But if you're not someone who drives a lot, don't waste a single second of your time finding the cheapest gas. It's a waste of your time. Don't waste your time. Focus your time, your energy, and your willpower on something that's going to make a difference within how you spend your money. And every single family is different.
Now, do you suggest that people should try and track their money in some kind of a journal?
Well, here's the last tip that I want to share. Tip number 5, use a money journal, which is like, what is that? What is that? It's tracking your spending for 3 months, not because it's a budget. This is not the same as budgeting.
Okay.
It's because I want you to be conscious. So journaling your money and just writing it down every day. There are apps that will do that automatically for you. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, I'm going out for lunch and it was $9.89 and that's what I spent. Because mostly, not exclusively, but mostly getting a handle on our money is being conscious about it. And having a journal, a little notebook and a pen has us write it down. And if we promise ourselves we're going to write it down for a week or 2 weeks or a month, it's the same as tracking food, right?
Yeah.
Which is different than an eating plan. It's not the same. We talk about budgeting a lot, but most human beings are simply not going to do it.
Right.
Because a budget is thinking to the future, making choices about how you're going to spend money, and then allocating your spending to those choices that you made last week or last month. We're not going to do it. This is not going to happen. So tracking your spending is a way of writing it down and being conscious so that you don't go overboard and you're aware of what's coming in and what's going out.
So it's just basically like a deterrent.
It's kind of like a deterrent.
Okay.
You're managing yourself. You have a
Okay.
level of discipline. You know, if I think about if I ever want to focus on my food, if I promise to write it down for a week, I eat
it
way
works.
less. It works. It works. It's boring. It's low tech. But it works. Now, I
does.
know I promised you easy ways to save money. Those were 5 tips. They weren't necessarily easy, but we tricked you into listening because we used the word easy. Is that so sneaky?
You're a liar.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm a total liar.
Okay.
I will do anything. I will stop at nothing to help people get a handle on their money.
I will say this. I think they are easy-ish.
Easy-ish.
They're easy-ish.
They're in the realm of easy.
Yes.
Maybe they're schmeezy.
They're schmeezy.
Schmeezy.
Just pick 1 or 2
Yeah,
schmeezy tips
fine.
and call it a day.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bruce.
My pleasure.